The Malayan Tiger, a national icon that is facing an uncertain future. In 2021, results from the National Tiger Survey indicates that there are fewer than 150 Malayan tigers in the wild. What the National Tiger Survey tells us is that tigers are spread out throughout the forests of Peninsular Malaysia, within protected areas such as in the national parks and state parks, and also in permanent forest reserves and state forests.
If we want to ensure that tigers can live and thrive within the ecosystem, the forest must be properly managed. The question is, how do we know that what we are doing for the tigers is working? Can we say for certain that we are doing what is necessary to see our tiger numbers rise again?
This is where CATS comes in. Conservation Assured Tiger Standards, or CATS. WWF and partners through inputs from protected area managers and wildlife experts across the tiger range countries have developed a global accreditation scheme that encourages tiger conservation areas to meet the standards for long-term tiger conservation.
The purpose of CATS is to help stabilize and rebuild tiger populations. The aim of CATS is not to develop a new management effectiveness system, rather is to tell if an area meets the standards needed to conserve tigers through a credible and independent assessment and review process.
Currently, 128 sites across 7 countries have been registered, and 21 sites in Nepal, Russia, India and Bhutan have been accredited. Royal Belum was registered for CATS in 2017.
Perak State Parks Corporation, being the first and only registered CATS site in Southeast Asia, believes that by being CATS accredited, it will help us to achieve higher standards in park management and contribute towards tiger conservation in the country.
An initial assessment was carried out by an independent reviewer and completed in March 2018. Royal Belum State Park achieved only about 50% of the CATS standards. In April 2020, a second assessment was conducted and about 61% of the CATS standards were reached.
Perak State Parks Corporation are the management authority of the Royal Belum State Park, and we are committed to achieving the minimum standard of 70% to be considered for accreditation.
CATS has a hierarchical structure. There are 7 pillars, which is further divided into 17 elements. The CATS assessment process looks at the importance and status of an area through its social, cultural and biological significance. Older than the rainforest in the Amazon and the Congo, the jungles of the Royal Belum dates back over 130 million years. Royal Belum provides critical support for human life. It provides ecosystem services of fresh water, clean air, fertile soils, and other necessary resources which our very survival depends upon.
According to the report undertaken by UNDP in 2021, the total economic value of ecosystem services from Royal Belum is estimated to be about 470 million ringgit annually. This is equivalent to approximately 43% of the state revenue in 2020.
Royal Belum is a strategic ecosystem asset. It is the source of the mighty Perak River, which feeds the Temengor Dam and 3 other downstream, which almost provides 1/4 of water for the state. CATS assesses the cultural importance of an area. In Royal Belum, the indigenous Orang Asli Jahai people have lived here for generations. It is thought that they have settled here for more than 25,000 years. CATS assesses the biological importance of an area. Royal Belum is a rainforest of immense diversity. Flowers of every color will bloom here. There are 3 species of Rafflesia. There are more than 30 ginger species. There are numerous fungi found here. Royal Belum is a haven for wildlife. Bird life is wondrous, with over 300 species documented, including 10 species of hornbills. This is the home of large mammals: the Asian elephant, the gaur, the Malayan tapir, and the Malayan tiger. CATS assesses the area design of a tiger habitat. What is the core area, and also understanding the buffer and management zones required. Royal Belum State Park covers 1,175 square kilometers in the north of Peninsular Malaysia. The park is connected with several forest reserves in the Belum Temengor landscape. This includes Aman Jaya Permanent Forest Reserve, Banding Permanent Forest Reserve, Gerik Forest Reserve, and Temengor Permanent Forest Reserve. Halabala Wildlife Sanctuary and Banglang National Park in Thailand are located to the north of Royal Belum State Park. The Belum Temengor Forest Complex and the Halabala Forest Complex forms a contiguous protected forest landscape with a total area of almost 5,000 square kilometers. It is important to have a transboundary initiative to ensure the protection of the Malayan tiger at a larger landscape.
Transboundary collaboration is essential to safeguard Royal Belum's tiger population. Both Malaysia and Thailand in the north are in discussions to look into transboundary and ASEAN Heritage Parks initiatives as we share a contiguous forest.
To manage an area that tigers inhabit, it is critical to understand the area's importance, its legal status, and compliance. Royal Belum State Park was gazetted in 2007 under the Perak State Parks Corporation Enactment 2001 to conserve its biodiversity, natural and cultural values.
Legislation is currently being strengthened by the state government to impose stiffer penalties and increase enforcement capabilities, including setting up of buffer zones around the state park.
Royal Belum is also legally gazetted as a permanent forest reserve under the National Forestry Act 1984. Royal Belum's importance has been accredited nationally and internationally.
Royal Belum is on the tentative list for the UNESCO World Natural Heritage Sites. It is hoped by being inscribed, it will be another level of protection for the area.
The management of an area where tigers reside is critical in CATS. In Royal Belum, a 10-year management plan was developed in 2018 with stakeholders' involvement.
The Royal Belum Management Plan is currently being implemented. The management plan sets priorities, strategies and actions to ensure the goals and objectives of enhancing the effective management and conservation of the park are met.
The plan includes tiger as one of the key species and incorporates safeguarding biodiversity and combating poaching amongst the main strategies.
CATS looks at the overall management of an area, its management processes, its staffing issues, the infrastructure, equipment and facilities. It also looks at the sustainability of financial resources for the area.
In support of WWF-Malaysia's tiger conservation efforts, Maybank has been crucial in helping to provide funds to carry out critical activities in Royal Belum State Park.
Maybank has always been passionate and dedicated about tiger conservation. The Malayan tiger is not only our brand identity, but it is also the national symbol on our Jata Negara, and we must do all we can to ensure its relevance. As a responsible corporate organization, we are in a key position to continuously play a role towards biodiversity conservation. Therefore, we are able to move capital into activities that are centered on protecting planet Earth and its inhabitants as outlined in our M25 plan. This is why Maybank chose to partner WWF-Malaysia since 2016, with clear goals and outcomes to strengthen tiger conservation efforts in the Belum Temenggur Forest Complex. I'm pleased that we have helped to effect change from 2016 to 2021 and have recorded tremendous results, which include a 90% reduction in snares, expansion of anti-poaching patrol teams to 15 teams of 75 skilled Orang Asli rangers. More than 45,000 kilometers of the forest has been covered on foot by the patrol teams. The journey of conservation is a long-term commitment. Through our strategic partnership with WWF-Malaysia and with a clear management blueprint in place through cats, I do believe our tiger population will start increasing again.
In cats, the management of the area must be adaptive and reviewed periodically. Other crucial plans adopted by the country should be integrated within the management plans. Working with the local community that lives in a tiger habitat is crucial.
We are constantly engaged with the local community on various issues, including human-wildlife conflict. Together with the Department of Wildlife and National Parks and other NGOs, we try to understand the problem the community faces and come up with solutions on how to address the problems.
The Jahai Orang Asli community are key stakeholders within Royal Belum State Park. There are two main settlements, the Sungai Tiang and Sungai Keja communities. It is estimated that there are approximately 209 families with a population of over 800 people. Perak State Parks Corporation works on various programs with the local community.
Perak State Park Corporation has in the last 2 years been working on community-based conservation and community development programs. This is in support of the SDG goals set globally.
There are currently more than 15 different community projects ranging from replanting to patrolling efforts. These projects provide knowledge and skills, have economic value, provide livelihood, and having conservation or scientific value.
It is important to work on the principle of free, prior, informed consent of the communities and equitable sharing of benefits for all projects. What this means is that engagements need to be done with the communities to make them understand and to get the buy-in for all the projects that will be done within the park.
PSPC is looking to include all local communities' voices, especially those of women and the youth.
CATS looks at how tourism can play a role in tiger ranging habitats. Royal Belum State Park is an important tourism destination and is featured in various state and national plans for tourism development. Tourism can be a source of income for the park that may be used for the management of the area. A protection strategy is of utmost importance in a tiger habitat. This must be included in the management plan and implemented according to the annual operations plan.
In any tiger habitat, a threat assessment must be done. We need to know if there are poachers' camps. if there are traps and snares in that area. We need to know who the poachers are. Are they local or are they foreigners? We need to compile, understand and monitor the challenges we are facing.
Tigers in Royal Belum have suffered tremendously over the last 10 years from poaching. Between 2015 and 2018, more than 1,000 snares, of which 256 were active snares, were found in the park. Tiger numbers have dropped by 60% from 2010 to 2018.
A proper enforcement assessment is necessary in a tiger habitat. The recommended patrollers is 5 per 100 square kilometers, and in 2022, Royal Belum State Park has exceeded these with more than 110 patrollers in the park.
The Perak State Park has increased its patrolling capabilities in Royal Belum from 12 rangers in 2018 to over 110 in 2022. We are working with 60 patrollers from WWF's Project Stampede. Our latest team is the Mendrak Patrol Unit consisting of the local indigenous Jahai community. Royal Belum State Park also has the support of the federal government through the Biodiversity Protection Patrolling Program or BP3 and the VETOA program.
All the patrolling teams follow a law enforcement monitoring system called SMART, or Spatial Monitoring and Reporting Tool. Training of the patrolling teams is necessary to ensure they are familiar with the relevant laws and enforcement protocol. Enforcement teams need to be properly equipped to ensure that patrols are carried out effectively and safely. These include GPS and satellite communications.
In tiger habitats, it is essential to have the right infrastructure in place. Ranger stations, outposts, vehicles including cars and boats to ensure tiger protection can take place.
It is also essential that local communities are aware of relevant wildlife laws. Engagements need to take place to ensure they understand the implications of the practices.
The state park must also have properly trained prosecuting and legal officers. Protection efforts should also be intelligence-driven.
In forest areas in Malaysia that may have tigers, it is essential to have a habitat and prey management framework. Tiger distribution should be mapped and monitored. Tiger prey species should be identified, mapped and monitored. The forest of Royal Belum is prime habitat for the Malayan tiger. Due to poaching of tigers and its prey, the numbers of both animals are very low. However, the area is capable of supporting a healthy population. Royal Belum State Park has embarked on prey augmentation. 10 Samba deer from Sungai Wildlife Conservation Centre were released into Royal Belum by Perhilitan in collaboration with the State Park and WWF-Malaysia. Continuous tiger monitoring is essential.
Since the end of 2020, WWF-Malaysia has launched a long-term intensive camera trapping survey with more than 100 camera traps locations set in Royal Belum State Park. Data from the camera trapping survey has been collected and analysed. These monitoring results are essential for the management of the park to know the effectiveness of the protection of tigers and will be used for adaptive management plans.
In 2021, the third CATS assessment was conducted on Royal Belum State Park, and 71% of the standards were reached.
Royal Belum State Park showcases a good example of how CATS is being used as a tool to monitor and improve its management.
CATS has helped us be better managers of the park. By adhering to its comprehensive guidelines and fulfilling strict criteria, we can ensure that tigers in Royal Bloom are truly safe and protected in their forest habitat.
CATS is an important conservation tool to set best practice standards for effective management of the Malayan tiger. We are hopeful that more sites in Malaysia will register.
CATS ensures tiger habitats are effectively conserved, well-managed and ecologically connected to maintain, secure and recover viable tiger population. The Malayan tiger is our national icon. All efforts need to be taken to ensure their continuous survival.
With the right tools and plan in place and a nationwide approach, perhaps our Malayan tigers may once again return to our forests.